Hello, my name is Angela Rosoff. I am a yoga teacher. This morning, we're going to explore pranayama for those beginning a pranayama practice. Pranayama literally means breath control. It's one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's generally done after a yoga session. So the benefits are felt particularly after we have stretched our bodies, infused some prana of nourishing our bodies with exercise, and cleansing our organs and muscles with asana practice, which is a yoga, physical yoga practice. Pranayama is done following, and then after pranayama, meditation. So we'll finish with a short meditation after our pranayama practice. Today's pranayama is Kapalabhati or Kapalabhati, however you want to pronounce it. In Sanskrit, this means literally skull shining. And what this pranayama does is it helps to cleanse the body. And the idea of doing this and having a practice of Kapalabhati is to cleanse. And I'm doing a winter renewal series until the vernal equinox. And, renewing in the winter, a cleansing is generally part of renewing, right? And we can cleanse in a lot of different ways. In asana practice, breathing practices, meditation practices are great ways to do some gentle cleansing in the winter months. So this practice, Kapalabhati, is not for anyone who may be pregnant. So I see some folks here today. Thank you for joining me. And you are joining in the anonymous way, so I can't see your body. I can't see your camera. So I'm going to rely on you to self-regulate and watch as I am teaching. If you feel comfortable, you can turn on your microphone and ask questions. That's perfectly lovely. But this, again, is not for anyone who is pregnant, not for anyone who has hypertension, any kind of high blood pressure at all. This is not for anyone who has had a recent surgery. So if you're healing up, save this for when you're feeling just a little more robust. This is a practice that may also invoke feelings of lightheadedness. And if that's the case, just stop. And you can return to an Ujjayi breath, which helps you slow your oxygen. It helps to slow your carbon dioxide exhale and allowing for more absorption of oxygen. So I'm going to show you both Ujjayi breath. So if you are pregnant, if you do have hypertension, if you have had recent surgery, if you have high blood pressure, Ujjayi breath is appropriate. And then if you can do that throughout this practice with me, that would be just fine and lovely. And then we can connect at the end with meditation. If you're doing Kapalabhati, you feel lightheaded, you can go to an Ujjayi breath just to ground you, slow down the pace. And we're going to take Kapalabhati in a very slow manner. So this is a beginning Kapalabhati, just an introduction for you. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to scoot back onto my mat as you can see my torso. And then I'll turn so you can see me from the side too. And I just want to settle in. I'm sitting on a big pillow. You could sit on your mat. You could sit in a chair. These breath practices are perfect for anyone who works on a computer all day. It's a really energizing practice. So Kapalabhati is really meant to be done in the morning or the afternoon. I would not do this at night because it is very energizing and has um, a lot of elevating feelings. When you're doing this, it kind of invokes a little bit more of a vata experience of movement. So let us begin. First, we're going to explore a connecting breath, closing our eyes, grounding into our practice. You can place your hands on your chest, hands on the heart, breathing in, feeling the belly expand, the chest rising, breathing out through the nose. Noticing how your body's feeling right now. Any changes after our first breath? Breathing practices help us to calm the nervous system. Breathing practices are perfect for anyone with an autoimmune disorder, autoimmune disease. Anyone with attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder. Can share this with children to help them naturally calm, drug-free method of calming and focusing. Placing the hands on the belly, connecting the breath with the diaphragm. Feeling the expansion in the belly. Don't be shy. Let that belly just flare out. It's okay. Expanding the breath. One more breath here. And then open your eyes. At any time, if I invite you to open your eyes, if I forget, if you don't feel like it, if it's not for you, by all means, adjust your gaze just to that which is in front of you or down to the floor. Sometimes that can be very calming for all of us. So let's just do a couple stretches before we begin, just in case you haven't done an asana practice before this class. Twisting to the right, breathing in, deepening the twists, and then over. Hello, plant. In, and then centering. Let's reach over to the right side, feeling our bodies open up. On the left side, bring your gaze up to our ceiling, to our arm, and then over. And let's switch it around here, bringing the gaze up to the ceiling, up to the crook of your arm, and release. Warming up the hands. Let's bring our fingers to our third eye, gently pressing, bringing the head up just slightly like a graceful swan, and gently pull along your forehead to your temples and lift up. Wonderful. Bring your thumbs under your chin. Bring the index fingers bent to your chin and gently press. Bring it to the midline of your chin, gently press. Neck is swooping up a little. Bring your fingers just under your ears, gently press with the thumbs. Evoking some acupuncture points there. And one more time, fingers to the forehead. Pulling going down around the forehead and pressing up at the temples, giving yourself a little scalp massage, enlivening the scalp, giving a little gentle tickle to your crown chakra, and then tapping the top of your head, enlivening your senses, becoming aware all around your head, your face, your eyes, really bringing some energy to your head. We're about to do some cleansing that moves energy up through our head. So let us begin. The first thing that we want to do, bringing our hands to our knees, is Ujjayi Breath. For anyone who has hypertension, if you're pregnant, high blood pressure, or if you've had a recent surgery, I would like to ask you to do this breathing technique instead of Kapalabhati. Ujjayi Breath is the act of breathing in deeply through the mouth. Through the nose. I'm sorry. Breathing in deeply through the nose, exhaling deeply through the nose. But the difference in a regular breathing pattern is that you will close off the back of your throat, lifting the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, which engages the back of the tongue that's in the throat to clamp slightly on the windpipe, and it minimizes the air that can be exhaled. And what this does is it allows you to absorb more oxygen, which is nourishment for your organs, nourishment for your blood, and it helps you to think more clearly. It's very grounding. This is a very good one for anyone with ADHD. Great one to teach your children. They can learn very quickly. So let's begin. Breathing in. Bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Close the mouth. And breathing out. Breathing in. Do you notice the sound? It sounds like the inside of a seashell, or it sounds like the ocean. Some say this is the sound of our bodies, the structure. You get to hear the reverberation of the structure of your throat chakra. So let's do this 3 more times. Breathing in and out, tongue to the top of the mouth. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in and out, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Make it really count. Exhaling completely, so lovely. Hands to the heart, closing the eyes for just a moment, grounding into the sits bones, toning the tummy. Thank you. Thank you for doing that with me. So like I said, continue with Ujjayi Breath if that feels good for you. If we're doing Kapalabhati and you're feeling a little lightheaded, which is very normal if you are just beginning this practice, then you can just go back to Ujjayi Breath. So we're going to experiment with Kapalabhati. Now, one of the things that's very important is we will be experimenting with our diaphragmatic breathing. And we're going to really find the diaphragm here. I think I'm going to take off my sweater so you can see what's going on. I have a little puppy, so you might notice a little scratch here and there on my arms. He's a baby, so he's learning about mouthing humans. So I'm going to turn to the left here so you can see the side of my body. So finding the diaphragm just around the rib cage, kind of at the top, you'll feel the diaphragm. This encases all of the digestive organs, really offers a structure for motion with our breath by breathing in, expanding the diaphragm. We give exercise to the little muscles around our organs, around the rib cage, offering support and stimulation to these organs to help them renew. What actually happens too is we also move our pelvic diaphragm, and that does the same action for our pelvic organs, offers that up and down motion that keeps them in place. It prevents organ prolapse in our pelvic area, and it also helps to keep our organs in place, which is one of the best benefits of doing yoga. It helps us to remain healthy if our organs are in a good shape and a good space in our bodies. So let's try Kapalabhati, skull shining. So it's thought that if you do this practice, I'm just going to make myself a little more comfortable here. There we go. If you do this practice, it makes your skin really glow. So it'll take a little bit of doing to reap that kind of benefit, but with some intention and effort, I know you can do it. I know you can. So here we go. Breathing in, we're going to press our diaphragm in with our diaphragm muscle. So breathing in, breathing in, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. So you're using your diaphragm, your abdominal muscles, you're toning the abdominal muscles. You're reaping the benefits. It's a gentle toning. So this is really about the breath, but there are some vicarious benefits here of toning the abdominal muscles, especially the top of our abdominal muscles. So breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And then I'm going to turn around, face the camera. You can see me this way. Breathing in. So you can see my hands have that little divot. Now, this is an action of yogis, some of the secrets of yogis around breathing practice and taking in food. Yogis tend to eat less than most people. Yogis tend to have smaller portions. Yogis tend to eat twice a day, maybe once a day. In the Hindu culture, it is thought that yogis eat one time a day, and that is an effort to have clarity of the mind. So I know in our Western American culture, and maybe you're here from, I get some people from Europe, even in the Western European cultures, 3 meals a day, rock solid, is what we eat. But really thinking about the effect on our abdominal organs, our digestive tract, and easing the taxation with maybe smaller meals, earlier dinner time, and extending that digestive period, building fire known as Agni in our digestive tract, can be very healthy practice. It can be very healthy practice. And as we explore Kapalabhati, and as you bring this into your life, you will find the most comfortable way to experience breathing practices is when you do eat lighter meals. Many yogis are vegan, and that adds to the lightness of the quality of the foods that they're eating. So that's just a little bit of yogi culture for you. Let's continue. And as we breathe in, you'll see that divot, that little space in my tummy when I'm breathing in. It contracts. So there's a contraction happening here, right at this part of the rib cage as the ribs come together and round out the rib cage. This is the space in the diaphragm where Kapalabhati action is really happening. So we are invoking our chakra of solar plexus, which invites feelings of confidence, feelings of worthwhile, feelings of realizing our space in the world, understanding a little bit about our dharma and our livelihoods. So this is a sweet exercise to invoke this chakra, and it coordinates with the root and the pelvic chakra. It's a really lovely practice to add to your mornings to really bring out some confidence, especially during a time of winter renewal or a time of shift and change. And let us do this again. Let's take it at a pace. We're going to do 10 Kapalabhati breaths in a row. If you're doing Ujjayi Breath, I see some folks in the chat who have gone to Ujjayi Breath. That's great. If you want to come back to Kapalabhati, if it's what you're doing today, welcome back to Kapalabhati. Let's do it. Rolling the shoulders back, neck nice and long and graceful. Breath coming out of the nose. 5 more breaths. Two more. Shake it out. How are you feeling? Rolling the neck. Let's take a couple of Ujjayi breaths. Breathing in. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. And one more time. Beautiful. I find the Ujjayi breath with Kapalabhati helps to integrate all of that great upward action of bringing in and up the diaphragm, the abdominal muscles. Beautiful. Yay, we did it. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here today. Let's roll the shoulders back. Let's do a little more tapping to our solar plexus. This is a very energizing action, helping to release any kind of tension that may have built up here, giving yourself a little gentle tension release. This is perfect for, adding to your partner, any aging parents that we may have, for those of us over 40. And then let's take it down the arms, really enliven this upper body. And then I'm going to take it over here energizing our senses. Do you ever spend time giving yourself a self massage? Such a wonderful practice and really nice after a breathing exercise. Just reminding yourself, giving yourself a little neck rub. So lovely. The everyday experiences of our world, the changes in our life can bring tension into our bodies. And with pranayama breathing, self-massage, yoga, asana practice, we can align with the flow of all that comes. And that's the whole point of being present, having a mindfulness practice. So let us take a moment and integrate our self-care, the breath work that we did, with some meditation. As you will, you can bring your hands open to your knees. You want to reverse your seat, feeling a little squished, you can certainly do that. I think I might sit in a hero's pose, which is a really comfortable seat for me. Knees are together. I'm sitting on my knees. You just roll down onto the balls of your feet. It helps to elevate the spine, pushing you forward slightly, which is great for meditation. Okay, so I think I will meditate today with hands to the heart. I have so much to be grateful for. I just had a birthday. I'm alive and well. And I invite you to consider some gratitude right now as we approach spring and we bring winter to a close in the next few weeks. Let us consider all that we have to be grateful for, all of the wonderful treasures and gifts of winter. We can close our eyes. Taking a deep breath in, connecting our bodies with our breath again. We've settled into our body, we've exercised our body a bit. And now all yogis take advantage of the alignment with meditation, grounding our bodies into the earth. Recognizing the sense of place and time. Perhaps you are in your home. Perhaps you're listening to this in your car. If you're in motion, may you feel grounded in motion. For those of us seated on the floor, may we feel the support of the earth under our seat, under our legs, connecting us to the ground is an important practice of winter. Grounding us spiritually, seasonally, with the cool air of the Northern Hemisphere. Nature teaches us to renew as plants which have lost leaves begin to show budding expression as spring approaches. Bulbs begin to sprout, crocuses, daffodils, tulips all around us. We'll see them really flourish in the weeks to come. nature teaching us how to be at this time. May we consider our own path of renewal and all that lies ahead with more sunlight in the days. Activities await. We'll all be vaccinated soon, and things will open up. Returning from the slumber of a year in a pandemic, let us unite in our meditation. As we sit together, any random thoughts coming to your mind, to the front of your mind, just whisk them away. You can envision a wave washing away the random thoughts or secretions that come from your brain. And let us sit quietly for 10 breaths. Rubbing your hands together, warming the hands, place them over your eyes, and when you're ready, open your eyes inside your hands and come back to our space. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to introduce Kapalabhati and Ujjayi Breath to you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I see a couple of questions. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, I have a couple. Okay, so I see, I'm going to answer the questions since I have a couple minutes here. So the question about Ujjayi Breath and the tongue. Perhaps with me closer to this camera, I can show you so nicely what's going on with the tongue in Ujjayi Breath. So as you breathe in, on the exhale, you want to take your tongue and place it on the roof of your mouth. This is a dome in our body. We have a few domes. The diaphragm is one dome. The pelvic diaphragm is one dome. The roof of the mouth is a dome. And placing it just like that, very healthy practice. It brings awareness to your face and your head. A mindfulness practice would be lovely if you even wanted to do that by just placing your tongue. Just being aware of this part of your body. So you do this, and I'm going to breathe out through my nose, but I'll leave my mouth open so you can see. So breathing in. And what this does, when you bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, it presses the tongue, your tongue goes all the way down your throat into your digestive tract. It brings the tongue in this part of your neck closer to the wall of the opposite side of your throat, and it limits the exhale. So you're retaining oxygen. You're retaining more oxygen with Ujjayi Breath. It brings clarity to your thoughts. It helps to calm the nervous system. There are so many benefits. It's a really wonderful exercise to do every day. And it's a calming breath. So you can do it at any time of the day. Kapalabhati is an energizing breath. So you're really inviting action of forcing the air up. So with that kind of a force, you're getting some vata excitement happening. So you're really energizing the body. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for attending. It's so lovely to see you here. And I will see you again soon. I have a class tomorrow. It's a 60-minute yin yoga class for release. And I can't wait to see you. Take care. Bye.